Hello, I'm Deacon Tom from Mary Queen of the Apostles here in Brook Park, Ohio. And on behalf of Father Jim, Father James, and the entire staff here, we are so excited to welcome you back for the public celebration of the Feast of Pentecost this weekend. Now, because of the coronavirus, several things have changed here. And so we wanted to make this video so you're aware of these changes before you arrive. The first thing we'll ask is once you pull in the parking lot and park, we ask from the time you get out of your car to the time you get here, you put on a mask during that time. And the mask is primarily to protect others. So it's probably the easiest way you can show love of neighbor, by wearing a mask. Also, the doors to the church will be locked until a short time before all the masses because we need to clean the church and have it ready for everyone. So the schedule for the doors opening is before the Saturday Mass at 4, the doors will open at 3 o'clock, and that's for confessions as well. Before the 5:30 Mass on Saturday, the doors open at 5:15, and we just need that little window of time in between the Masses to wipe things off in the church. And so it's a very narrow time frame there. On Sunday, before both the 9 and the 11 o'clock Masses, the doors will open a half hour before that, at either 8:30 or 10:30. And during the daily Masses that are at 8 o'clock, the doors will open at 7:30. Let's go to church and see what's different there. Welcome to the vestibule. To get here, you will have noticed that all the church doors were propped open, and you didn't have to touch anything to enter the church. We've also installed sanitizer dispensers at various locations around the vestibule. There's one here, there's one by the sacristy door, as well as one by the prayer garden doors. We want you to spread the gospel and not the germs. We've also installed additional seating out here. You can see we have 3 chairs here for singles. We have 5 chairs here for a larger family. We also have seating in the St. Therese room. The cry room has been closed. Father James is using that for his confessional, so that is not available for seating. There's no markings on the floor, but we ask you to do your best to maintain a 6-foot distance as you wait to enter the church. And finally, upon the conclusion of the Mass, we ask that you proceed straight through the vestibule and out into the parking lot. One thing you'll notice that's different at Mass is the offertory collection, because there is no offertory collection. If you'd like to bring your envelope, you can deposit it in one of these 2 boxes before Mass. We do ask you to consider our electronic giving options. We have 2. There's a monthly giving option where the money is deducted straight from your account. The other option is to use a credit card that's very much like making a purchase on Amazon. If you'd like the full details, you can go to our parish website or call the office. In order to maximize the number of people we can fit in the church, the pews are reserved by section. This section is reserved for singles, this section for groups of 2. Because the pews are slightly larger on the Mary side, they're reserved for groups of 3. And on the Joseph side, they're available for groups of 4 or more. There will be ushers and greeters available in the church to help you find a seat. And we ask for your patience, as you may not be able to sit where you normally do. You can probably see the ropes roping off every other pew in order to help everyone maintain distance. And lastly, the missalettes have been removed from the church. For communion, there will be no procession to the front of the church, but instead the ministers will come to you. I can assure you that the ministers will all be wearing a mask, and they will have sanitized their hands immediately before distributing Holy Communion. We recommend you receive in the hand, but for those that would like to receive on the tongue, you're asked to please come up after Mass to receive. Father will have specific guidelines that he will go over at the Mass immediately before receiving communion. At the end of Mass, you will be dismissed by the ushers. The Mary side will use the front exit. The Joseph side will also use the opposite front exit. And the pews in the center will go out the back from the back to the front. So it truly will be that the last will be first, and the first will be last. We hope this video has helped you feel a little bit more comfortable returning to Mass and knowing what to expect. We understand that there are still health concerns out there, and the bishops have granted continued dispensation for those not ready to return to Mass at this time. I'm sitting in the computer control center here to assure you that we will continue to stream our Masses, both on Facebook and QTube. We look forward to the day when we can all gather together here and celebrate Mass. God bless.